Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another Phish reaction. This time we'll be checking out a performance of the song The Lizards, which now I believe is going to be part of the Gamehenge lore, this crazy story that Trey has concocted back in his college days. If for context you're new here, I did a recent reaction where we saw a three-headed camel hydra looking thing. We saw frogs, we saw some narrators all talking about some king named Wilson, and I had no idea what was happening. It was to punch you in the eye and AC/DC bag that reaction. And I had no idea what was happening, but I assumed it was all part of some grander story, and I saw a few comments as well hinting at that too. So I did a bit of digging, and apparently there is an entire fantasy story, of course, coming from Trey, involving a race of lizards that are in stark opposition to this evil King Wilson. And there's some kind of like friendly book that they need to like not be overthrown by the king. I don't actually know all of the ins and outs of this story, but it sounds very fantastical and dovetails very well for what we know Phish to be, which are super fantastical in their performances, in their visuals. It's always a spectacle, and we're gonna get some prog rock on the side as a bit of a I guess palate cleanser to the story. Depends on how you want to view it, but either way, I'm excited to find out what this song is all about. Before jumping into this though, a massive thank you to Joe the Wholesome for this generous donation request and the selection today. Thank you very much. Now we jump in. Look at that crowd. They've been selling out forever.
Passing through the corridor, I came upon an aging knight who leaned against the wall in gnarly armor.
How does he sing and play that at the same time?
To see the king. Wilson, Wilson, Wilson.
Oh, that's ominous.
He led me through the streets of pressure talking as he tried to crush a bug that scurried underneath his boot heel. He said there was a place where we should go. So he led me through the forest to the edge of a lagoon, by which we wandered till we reached the bubbly spring. The night grew very quiet.
His hair. I'm just now processing that this is not another not another bassist, and this is Mike.
As we stood there, he lifted up his visor.
They're all so
and he
young.
turned to me and he began to sing. He said, "I come from the land of darkness." He said, "I come from the land of doom." He said, "I come from the land of Gamehenge, from the land of the big baboon." But I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried, 'cause I come from the land of lizards, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died,
Poor lizards.
and the lizards they have.
They only gave him 3 keyboards and not 4. What is he gonna do? Oh no, wait. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind, I just cannot count.
He told me that the lizards were a race of people practically extinct from doing things smart people don't do.
Practically extinct from doing things that smart people don't do. Okay.
He said he was once a lizard too.
The double negative always throws me anyways.
His name was Rutherford the Brave, and he was on a quest to save his people from the fate that lay before them. Their clumsy end was perilously near. lizards would be saved, he said, if they could be enlightened by the writings of the helping friendly book. In all of Prussia only one existed, and Wilson had declared that any person who possessed it was a crook. He said, I come from the land of darkness, said I come from the land of doom, said I come from the land of game hedge, from the land of the big baboon, but I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried, cause I come from the land of lizards, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have died, and the lizards they have.
That's sad, man. The oppression of the lizards. It's devastating. But I love that it's so narrative driven. Feels like it could be part of a grander musical.
Possess the ancient secrets of eternal joy and never-ending splendor. The trick was to surrender to the flow.
Surrender to the flow.
We walked along beneath the moon. He led us through the bush till soon we saw before our eyes a raging river. He said we can swim it if we try. And saying this, the night dove in, forgetting that his suit of arms would surely weigh him down, and so he sunk. And as his body disappeared before me,
this is probably one of the more like ballad Phish songs you may hear, but I don't even think it's appropriate to say that this is a ballad for real. But that's as close as I'm going to get to being able to like label and define this outside of just calling it this is Phish music.
And as his body disappeared before me, I bowed my head in silence and remembered all the thoughts that he had. He said, I come from the land of darkness, said I come from the land of doom, said I come from the land of game hedge, from the land of the big baboon, but I never am going back there, and I couldn't if I tried, cause I come from the land of lizards, and the lizards they have
layering here. Oh, juice. Oh, isn't it sweet? Dude, Paige is just taking this track over. Oh, you hear Trey kind of bubbling under? Gotta liberate the lizards, man. They're playing like this. Set them free. Good God. Oh, dude, these passages all so fun. Just always reaching into the prog bag, the AC/DC bag. Wow. His notes never bleed over, by the way. Wow, the swelling. I love this section. This is like momentary simplicity for Phish standards anyways. Are we nerds for liking Phish? Is that what it comes down to? I don't know why that question popped in my brain. My nerddom many moons ago, so I don't mind either way. What an abrupt ending, man. That was good. That was real good, just to put it simply. You know, when I was a kid, and maybe like 5-6 years ago, so 2 different instances, I wanted to be a writer, a fantasy novel writer, among all of the other things that I wanted to be. And I loved the idea of cartography, creating world maps, and then populating those worlds with cities, with different races, with different powers, with different resources, with different, histories, doing the whole, like, what would you call it, like George R.R. Martin thing, create your own kind of Game of Thrones. My particular world would have also been set in the medieval ages with castles and maybe wizards and all kinds of stuff. Whatever really struck my fancy, I would have just added it. This was all like a nice vision I had in my mind, and when I sat down to actually do all of the scripting and writing out and assembling the characters and stories and naming the different cities and coming up with the languages, I'm like, bro, this undertaking is not for the weak at all. To create your own mythology completely from scratch, you really need to just be a worldly person first and foremost, to have all of that knowledge to then input into your own newly constructed world, and then make it still fresh enough that it's not just a replicated version of another existing fantasy world or just IRL. It is not, again, an easy undertaking by any means. And I tried again 6 years ago, just as like a more creative endeavor, and I had more ideas. I had more specific visions for specific things, but I realized, like, man, I'm spending so many hours thinking about how this particular vase has secret powers that go back millennia and X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, that's just one object. I'm going to have to think of millions of others. Let's leave it to the let's leave it to somebody else to do these tasks. So then I quickly backed off of all of these undertakings. It's super impressive. I don't know how extensive the Phish mythology is and how far Trey went into it into his college years to produce this world, because I don't know the extent of this story. It does sound like an epic saga from all of the comments that I've read and what I've seen online about it. So who knows, maybe we'll get through the entire thing together and, I guess enjoy the entirety of this story. Because so far what I know to be the case is that Phish, there's this lizard side, then there's the King Wilson side, and then there's, I forget the name of the book exactly. I think it was the Friendly Helping Book or something like that. And then there's another colonel who's meant to, he's meant to do the liberating of the lizards. It's all fairy tale, very fantasy. I don't know how expansive the story is past that. So, like I said, maybe we'll experience that all together. If you would like to request Phish yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below, but I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, my friends, and peace.